I'm probably going to do this in 2 segments because I've got a lot to say. If you have been following me on social media, especially on the Clock app, you probably know that I'm a person who receives SNAP benefits or food stamps or whatever you want to call them. I don't get a lot of them. People think that people who receive these benefits are getting thousands and thousands of dollars. If you remember the fallacy of the welfare Cadillac of several decades ago, people still have this idea that somehow people can take their SNAP benefits and turn them into a car or getting their nails done or whatever it is. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much, but it's not that much. And obviously, my life hangs in the balance with all this stuff with the shutdown and things like that. Well, yesterday, a judge told the Heritage 47 administration, that's what I'm going to call it, because basically that's what it is. The Heritage Foundation sends down the orders, and the 47th President of the United States goes ahead and follows them. And for that, he can get to turn the White House into this gold-trimmed travesty that it has become. My God, I took a look at the president at the Oval Office, and anyway, we'll get to what needs to be done in a second. Judge has said that the president needs to fully fund SNAP benefits for November. And he needs to do it by today. This is being recorded on Friday the 7th of November. Donald Trump, as he always does whenever he is told to do something he does not want to do, will appeal this. But then, we understand his appealing this because that's the way he operates. But outside of that, he and his vice president have basically gone on the records attacking the SNAP program, saying that not everyone who is receiving SNAP deserves to get SNAP. And he probably thinks that no one deserves to get SNAP. And of course, he's not the only one. This fallacy has been going on for decades. For decades. These are people whose idea of helping the poor and hungry is, do you guys remember that block of government cheese? I'm not talking about the sitcom that's now on Netflix. I'm talking about a great big block of cheddar cheese. That is what you ate for the month. That and a jar of peanut butter that was about a third vegetable oil that you had to stir. And, meat, it's a can of Spam. It's not even Spam, it's off-brand Spam. More lard than Spam. That's their idea of feeding the hungry. So basically what this shutdown has done is given the president the means to finally do away with, welfare, the safety net, feeding the hungry. What can be done on our end, we can't do until next year. And we really can't do for another 3 years. And one of the reasons why this is happening is if you make people suffer, they will tell the Democrats to get back and accept the extortion that is the budget they want to pass, which is in essence Project 2025. And the Democrats, for once, have a spine. And they're holding the line. And the election victories of this past Tuesday in New York City and in Virginia and other places in California, from coast to coast, literally, told the Democrats that the people are behind them. The people are behind them holding the line. That temporary pain is worth basically not getting Project 2025 funded. So what can be done? I'm trying the best I can. In terms of food, myself, I think I got about a couple of weeks. If Trump is forced to follow the court ruling, I probably won't get anything from the government at all until at least the 15th. I do have some resources. I'll keep you posted on that. But what can be done about this? Right now, very little. We can boycott and we can march and we can demonstrate and we can yell and wave our fists in the air and chant and all that good stuff that used to work in 1967. It doesn't work in 2025. Corporations, for instance, have become boycott-proof. And if you decide to actually boycott everybody that we're supposed to boycott, we will starve. We would have to communicate using 2 tin cans and a string. But then again, we may have to boycott the manufacturers of the cans and the string. The best thing we can do is continue to keep the pressure on our Democratic representatives to hold the line and put pressure on the Republican representatives that they have to follow their better angels and allow subsidies to health care subsidies to go through into the next year while you sort out all this mess. That's really all the Democrats are asking. Just keep the subsidies going, at least until we figure out what we're going to do. We are now at a point, though, where we're going to need help. We're going to need help from the planet. We're going to need international help. And what I am calling for right now, I know I don't have any sway internationally. I barely have any sway here. I'm lucky to get 5 listeners to this. But if this does go out and penetrate someone's mind, I am speaking to Canada and Mexico and South America and Australia and all of Asia and Africa and all of Europe. The word is embargo. Basically, what I am asking is that the nations of the world cut us off. Just place an embargo on anything coming from your countries to us. Anything. Cars, electronics, phones, oil, food. I know this is a pipe dream, but if the world responds to what is happening here in the United States, it has to be a unified response. An embargo on anything coming into this country. And everything from textiles, vegetables, anything. Cut it off. And you just tell the Heritage Foundation administration, the spigot will be turned back on if you follow our demands. And our demands are, you feed your people, you allow the subsidies to go, you treat people as people, not symbols. You allow people who are not like you to live their lives in peace. That includes people who are not heterosexual. That includes people who are not conforming in terms of their gender. That includes people who are not born in America. People who have certain nationalities, whether they were born in America or not, whether they're legal residents or not. You treat people as human beings, and you start doing that now, and we'll turn the spigot back on. If not, we cut you off. The word is embargo. I doubt very seriously that it's going to happen. But imagine if it did. Imagine the pressure put on the lack of leadership in Washington, D.C. to actually do something. Now, I also know that these are people who have been told not to listen to the world. That is something that's been preached from every single pulpit that I've ever been in. Do not listen to the world. Well, it's time that you listen to the world. Because if you decide not to, it will be at the peril of your country and its people. And if you're a billionaire, understand the money you get is based on the things that you offer to the people. Again, I am not calling for a boycott. But if the people die, so will your funding as well. And even if you replace humans with machines and bots and AI, eventually returns will be diminished. And I still believe there are more humans who are billionaires than greed machines. Now, I've talked for 18 minutes. If you've gotten this far, thank you. I would like to hear from you. Please comment on this. Even if you don't agree with me. All I really ask, is that you be respectful. And please, if you're going to comment, no one-liners or emojis things or stuff like that. I want to hear real thoughts. You can do that in the comments. If you feel that what I am saying is worth following, please do so, either if it's on Substack or on YouTube, and everywhere I am is on my link tree. That's linktr.ee/Radio Dawn. That's linktr.ee/Radio Dawn. I've taken up enough of your time this morning. We'll talk again soon.